All right, my GoPro is at 9%. And yes, I put my fancy hair clip in. Which, by the way, I got from my old boss. Speaking of which, that is totally something that I never got into and told you about. Okay, so this is gonna be my test. Remember, let's say that. Remember, I'm filming at 2.7, right? Like half of 4K or whatever. And then also in 30 frames per second. And I wanna see how long I could film. So I might bring you through multitudes of things such as nature. And I might take you exploring with me. Take my handy dandy clipboard and all this stuff that I brought with. We'll go for a walk. So I'm like coughing and laughing at the same time. Let's go for a walk. So I actually quit my job a couple days ago. And there's a couple reasons why. And let's just say I gave them no notice, okay? And let me know what you think about this, okay? Be interactive, just like I said before on today's first video, right? Okay, so basically, and straight up, my check was short 70 bucks, okay? And let's be honest, I work really hard for 9 bucks an hour at this little cafe in downtown St. Augustine, and a lot of things she does is excessively sketchy to the point where I actually hired a tax attorney, and they already know of her and all of her situation. And my paycheck was short a couple weeks ago, short of 40 bucks. And then I tried to bring it up, and then she brought it up to me that I basically had to talk to her husband about it, right? And then so when I talked to the husband about it, he basically tried to shift it on me and be like, oh, we'll talk later this week and figure out if we owe you money or if you owe us money. And I feel like he was saying that because I had cashed both my checks. Like, you know, I saved up like 2 weeks of my checks and then I deposited them or whatever. And I guess they saw that come out of their bank account or something, or I don't even know why he would say that. Though I found it rather insulting, and not just that, but I was never compensated for that work. And so this time, when my paycheck was short, basically almost double that this time, you know, I decided that this job just is no good for my soul, because think about how many times I was just dreading going into work, and just like, I understand that a lot of you actually do this, okay? And mad respect to you in some aspects as being such a hard ass on yourself. Although at the same time, we don't have to do that. There are multitudes of ways. We are on this earth to create. And that's why I am creating now and doing what I do, and I'm free to do as I please, and we all are. And it's all our choice. And yes, I'm suffering too, okay? I know that perhaps I'm not suffering like children in Syria or anywhere else in the world, and I understand things could be way worse. And I even here in America, I know a lot of you are actually going through a lot of things that are just not pleasant. And I empathize with that, and I feel you, and I'd like to help you, and I'd like to help as many people as I possibly can. And just personally for me, and for my own heart's sake, it's best for me right now to take this break. And I'm doing things like, I'm working for Uber. I said it. I'm honest. And yeah, I've worked crappy jobs, and I think we all have. And I think that every single person who actually has created, you know, a TED Talk, or, you know, all those, I mean, like, I'm struggling to come up with the words, you know, but I have a vision. And I feel like that's where a lot of successful people all started, is by having a vision, you know? I'm a bit anxious right now, and carrying this is not fun. It's not fun. I need to put this down and like walk. It would have been more fun if I would have put it in my car first before I started walking. However, I'm going to assume that my belongings are going to be safe here in the middle of basically nowhere, and put everything down, including, oh my god, an ant pile. Not good. Okay. Sorry, ants. See, I care about nature. I care about the tiny things. And just hopefully my phone doesn't overheat. I'm leaving my car keys. I'm just leaving everything and I'm walking away. See, I have no attachment to material things. And in some aspect, that's a lie, because I prize my few material things that I have. Perhaps I don't have a big, awesome, luxurious house, which, yes, I would love to have. I'm gonna let my freaking hair down. And I have some art that I love. And I have pieces that I would rather give away than sell, which is frankly stupid in some aspects after I've paid like $2,000 for one piece of art kind of thing. It's just, it seems like a lot of work to me. I love the birds. Can we just become a bird? I don't like not knowing where the microphones are on this thing either. I'm assuming I'm safe where my fingers are now. And I'm kind of grumpy at myself because I just got all this new equipment and I just keep putting it on the back burner. I never use it. So back to what I was saying. Let's tell the truth. Yes, I have attachment to my physical objects. I like my art. I'm stubborn and my ego tells me all these things and reasons why I have to have attachments to it. Although at the same time, there's another part of me that just feels so free. Part of me just wants to throw this camera right now. And now I'm also wondering, actually, I believe if I... Oh my god, I can't mess with the preferences while the camera's running. I have a belief system that if the GoPro brightness was as low as it can go, that the camera would last longer. But no. Trina had to turn up the brightness so she could use her phone as a mirror to see if, to see stuff. Boo. So the camera's not going to last super long like I wanted it to. I wanted to know how long I could film for. I'm pretty sure I could film for like 16 minutes though. However, I could be wrong. I'm starting to get extremely grouchy, and mainly because I'm grouchy with myself because I have a lot of refinement to do. And the thing that sucks the most about it is that I have to do it all alone. Refinement doesn't happen, other people doing the work for you. Nobody can do the work for you. And then I also found out, I talk about this a lot in my first videos where I've ever first started vlogging, about how much I want to go home, I want to go home, I want to go home. And a lot of times it's said when I am home, in my physical home address. I actually recently found out about Starseeds. Okay? Look into that. Arcturians, people of Andromeda Galaxy, and Sirius. I mean, there's so much scientific evidence behind the planets and behind the galaxies. And I really, really love Stephen Greer. The Unacknowledged documentary is just phenomenal. And if you're not a believer and you're into the sciences, hint, hint, Zachary, I'd love for you to see Unacknowledged. It's freaking amazing. It really is a great documentary, and I would love to do more back research of my own. I understand that they've given a lot of facts. However, yes, I would love to look up those same quotes. I would love to look up more homework. I would love to watch more of Greer's footage. I'm just so mind blown by Stephen Greer. And the Unacknowledged documentary can actually be found on YouTube. And yes, it's like an hour, but come on, if you spend an hour playing video games, or if you are watching movies, or even dirty movies, why can't you watch something that just might change your perspective? Or is that the biggest fear of all, that you will change your mind? If anything, that should be really exciting. And that's also today's hugest lesson of all, everyone, okay? Changing our minds. Every day we tell ourselves BS, okay? We tell ourselves, I can't do this, I won't do that, I hate this, I hate that. And we're stuck in that same horrible low vibrational energy that really keeps us all low and in the same position we are. Though if we could just erase our conditioned programming and focus on things that really make us happy, get in tune with nature, take off our shoes and ground our feet, because we are electromagnetic beings. That's another thing. Look into the science of grounding. Just like you ground electronic cords and cables, we humans need to be grounded. And we have been so conditioned by society to think that we have to wear these things that really disconnect us from the earth. And while we may be starseeds, and many of us are mixed stardust from all different types of places from the universe, and we actually have information within our DNA, by the way, which you might want to look into DNA activation, reactivation, deactivation. There's a lot of different things that are going on right now, a lot of things that we are forbidden to talk about, okay? And they're things that are hidden sacred knowledge, like sacred geometry, sacred sexuality. It just runs so deep.